So guys, here's the ongoing progress on the baseboards. So what I've decided to do to get my rise is I've brought this whole baseboard up. I've raised it up. Okay. I was going to cut separate pieces out and follow this route of the track, but then I decided to simplify it and raise this whole baseboard up, this whole 3 foot wide section. And now I have this already. I'm going to make some borders here. 10 centimeter borders as part of the Carrera shoulders, as some people call them. So I'm going to have the borders around here like this, similar to this border here. Okay, I'll make these all around these bends, especially 10 centimeters if I want to run some 124 cars later. Now 124 DTM style cars would look probably way out of place on this track because it's a very short track. But I've seen some companies make minis and small Fiat style cars, so something like that wouldn't look too out of place and it'd be a bit of fun and would be good for when I build a bigger track later. So here we go. So I've just cut this piece now a while ago. I'm putting this piece down here now. I'm just measuring it up around the corner. So what I'm doing here is, because I have an overhang here, I'm not coming on the full 10 centimeters, and it's also the inside of a bend. I'm coming about 7.5, a little bit under 7.5. That brings it level with this baseboard here, because I'm going to put a side piece all around. So yeah, that's 10 centimeters on that side. I'll just have to mark out. Now leaving the gap here, because I wanted to run some of the trucks. I know Ninko and Scale Electrics make trucks. I think SCX, I don't know, was it Ninko? Used to make wonderful trucks. The Carrera trucks I like because they're a bit different, they're a bit freaky, but I prefer the style of the trucks that are currently made by Scale Electrics, which are the cheap truck, detailing very low but quite strong if you have kids wanting to play or unexperienced drivers. So they're 100 centimeters, so you can see this section has to be, so it's not even high enough at the moment. I have to raise everything up, you know. So that's why I need to end the baseboard, because the baseboard is also another 12 centimeters. So this track would have to be ridiculously high. So at the moment what I'm doing is I've ordered one Scale Electrics truck, and I'll just test them. When I get a clearance for that truck, then I'll set my baseboards to the heights. And that will be well on the road to getting the baseboard part of the track finished. Yes guys, I know the start finish straight is going to be there under the bridge, but sure, why not? There's no rule that says I can't start from here. It's my track, my rules, as we say. So we're getting there. The one thing just to say to you folk who haven't built a baseboard before for a model railway or the Slotcar track, if you're using this type of wood, be careful. MDF cuts a lot better. This stuff leaves, as you can see, a ton of splinters. Now, no matter how careful you are, you will end up covering in splinters. But what I find works best to tidy up a lot of this, as you can see in this board here, cleans it up quite good. Okay, is one of these. I think it's called a rasp, or as I remember from my days in school. But it has a rough edge, and you just run it along, and it takes all those little splinters off that wood. Or the other way is more simple way. just get a piece of sandpaper. Hold it so you can protect your fingers from the, and just do that. And after running over it with the sandpaper, you're left with a much smoother surface and less chance of splinters. You'll still get them, so maybe wear some gloves, gardening gloves or something like that. I don't wear gloves, so I always end up with splinters, but it's great fun picking splinters out of your hand. Just sorting out this elevation here. So I've just marked this angle here for cutting. That'll be where it joins the other baseboard. Just put it across here. And I wanted to try and keep the start line level. I don't like that piece sticking up a bit, so I'm gonna, this piece will be here. And then the uphill stretch will start right from the track join, rather than trying to force a piece of halfway here to bend, which is never good because you get movement in the metal and it can close in and make it awkward for the braids. Sorry for the blades. Make it awkward for the blades. So that's what I'm up to. This keeps this level, then when I screw these baseboards down, this will be level, and then it's then an easier task. It makes it an easier task to get my 10 centimeter for the Sky Electrics trucks. So that's way over 10 centimeters now. Plenty to spare. And one place says 10 centimeters, another says 85 in height. So I reckon some websites are measuring from the guide blade up to the top of the roof, where the guide blade sits in the track. So on the Sky Electric site it says 85 centimeters. So I can bring this track down a bit, get it level like this. So at the moment everything's loosely done. Everything's loosely done. Then when I get all these measurements and I'm happy with them, then I'll start tacking. I cut this piece in the garage today for this little downhill run, or uphill depending on which way I'm going to run the track on the day. And this will come down here, and again start on the bend. So I'll tack the track down here, and then the track will continue uphill. Okay guys. Now, just to show something, my first intention was to cut here, you know, and mold all in here, and have like a valley, and you know, have this raised up, but have this baseboard would have been level, and these would have been all on pieces like this, raised pieces, you know, like small pieces that could be raised. But it gets very complicated, and two, if I put borders, shoulders here, and I have all this raised up, there's very little room left to do any scenery in here. So it makes sense to have the track like this, and then I can put some grass in between, you know, and a couple of marshals or something like that. So it just makes it be different if it was a model railway track. Like model railway track, HO gauge, the track is about that width, you know. N gauge track's about that width. N gauge is almost the same as the two metal pieces here. So if it was an N gauge model railway, yeah, you'd do multi-levels here. So you definitely build a frame, and then you'd build strips of where your tracks are, and you have it at one level. Then back here you could have another level, and you know. But with the Slotcar track and with the width of the Carrera track, I'm happy to go with this method. You know, so it works for me. So that's what I'm up to today, guys, and continuing on in the building process. Here I'm making templates for the corners. Again, just using paper and 10 centimeter runoff on the border. So that's what I'm doing. And I'll just transfer these onto some of that laminate flooring and cut those borders. Just doing the templates for the top corner, inside top corner, and the midsection. So back to the garage again. Sorry. Back out to the garage, putting the paper templates onto my 8mm laminate flooring. So just put it on there, and just mark around it, and then just cut that. Of course, that's the way it sits on the track. It sits that way on the track. So what you have to do is make sure you turn it upside down and put it this way, because you want the other side, not this side with the flooring. You want the back side of the laminate flooring as your track borders. So you have to measure this upside down. So then when you flick it around, it's in the correct direction. If you mark it here, if you have it here, and you mark it, and you cut it, like this, well then when you put it on the track, it'll be back to front, it'll be in the wrong direction. Okay, I'm just going to cut this piece now. Well, after cutting those pieces of wood, I'll just show you where I am with the track at the moment. So I have this corner almost finished, put it straight here. Okay, and the far corner here, I have this corner finished. I have the bridge to the height I wanted, so I can start tacking that down properly. And I have all this section wood cut and ready for painting. Now, painting, I'm thinking latex undercoats and acrylic top coat, possibly black. It'll be black, and I'm gonna sand this laminate first to give it a little bit more grip. Now it's actually the underneath of the laminate is already, you know, not so smooth. So a little bit of a sanding will be enough. So that's the stage I'm at. And took a bit of a break, as you know, over Christmas, so wasn't well, didn't do much, but working away. And what I'll do today is I think I'll connect up this and give it a little test. So that'll be a video I'll make later today. But that's where we're at the moment with the track. It's minus 18 degrees outside, very cold, garage very cold. So I'm not doing any cutting at the moment. So, but mainly it's just straight sections, you know. I have to add a straight section in here. I have to cut this. This piece is okay. I can put a section in here. Just bring it in, just from here, bring it in a little bit, and then continue on there and tack that down. I can cut a section for here. I need to make a bit of a section here just to cover this, where this comes and then comes in. Probably in the shape of this barrier. This is a bit of a emergency barrier I have just for the moment. Yeah, so it's all coming along. This piece is okay. I'm just gonna put some borders on it. And the actual uphill run here, I'm just gonna put a small border on this. And some sort of a fence, or maybe I'll leave it as is. put some little bit of grass along the sides and use these Carrera barriers. I can remove all of these and just put these along here, because I have ideas for barriers along these sections. So that's it, guys. Thanks for continuing to watch what I'm up to, having a ball, and it's coming along. It's coming along slowly. After the Christmas break, we're into the new year now, so I have to get stuck in. And as soon as the weather gets a wee bit warmer, I'll get back out into that garage. I have to buy a little bit more laminate. My van won't start, of course, when the temperatures go below 12 degrees. My little Renault Traffic diesel won't start. It doesn't like the cold. So at the moment we're at 18 degrees. It was 22 a couple of days ago. Minus 22. And we're at the moment minus 18, so the van will not start. Sometimes it's a battle just to get the door open. So I won't be going to the hardware to buy any wood, any more laminate. I have to get a bit more laminate flooring, but that's okay. I get that. Weather, I think, is supposed to go through a nice warm -5 by next week. I think this particular cold spell will have moved on a little bit and it'll be a lovely summery -5 or 6 degrees next week, and I can go and get some more laminate and finish this and get these track pieces properly mounted. Get wood underneath here and get everything solidly mounted. So that's it from my latest post of the track build, and I will update it, and I'll have some other stuff in between to cover for the next week or two. As always, thanks for watching, everybody, and greetings from Latvia.